Xin chào, what's up everybody? Alright, we're on Windway. We're on the last vlog for the night. It's my fourth one before I walk home. I have a different work schedule now, so we're making the videos at night, which I think is a pretty good change up. There's so many more people here, so many more things to see. So this vlog is going to be, the last one I did of this was a year ago. This is going to be what it's like being married to my Vietnamese wife in Saigon, Vietnam. And we're going to go over how it is, the ups, the downs. I'm going to tell the truth on how it is and how it goes. So let's jam into it. Before we do that, if you like this video, smash that like button, comment. And if you aren't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit subscribe and hit that bell to all to see me go live stream. I also have an alternate channel, which the live streaming will be focused on soon. So the link in the description for the alternate channel. Appreciate it if you go and subscribe to that as well. That'll be the pretty much exclusive live format channel. So I've been married about 2 years now to my lovely wife, Win-Win. Are there ups and downs? Of course there are. Is it all perfect all the time? Of course it's not. Do we get along pretty well for about 90% of the time? Yes, we do. She's a lovely woman. I got very lucky that I met a real one. I met Winnie when I financially had a bunch of money from my business in California. And then pretty quickly, within us dating for 4 months, I lost that company and everything that involved with it. Slash COVID, slash companies going out of business that I worked for. Mainly the toy industry. A lot of you already know this. So there's no need to divulge too much into that. But we support each other. We're each other's best friends for sure. We hang out with each other a lot. For the most part, I never get tired of her. She doesn't get tired of me. Do we get mad at each other? Of course. Is it that big of a deal? No. Everybody gets mad at everybody. There's a guy shooting on his camera. So, 20,000 different cameras here. What do we got here? Take that thumbnail. I think we got a thumbnail. They're pretty alright. So yeah, things with my wife are good. We've had ups and downs. I'd say the main thing that is ever a worry on my wife's mind is money. Constantly money, all the time. Which is okay, it's understood. It's kind of the way Vietnam culture goes. We both have stable, good jobs. So I don't know why she worries about it as much as she does, but we both make together more than enough to take care of our household on a monthly basis. Yeah, that's the thing that's always on her mind. And I always have to be, it'll be fine, it'll be okay. So, as far as fighting goes, there's not much fighting anymore. The only time we really fought a lot is like when we first got together. Like in the first 6 months of our marriage. Because I was still a guy going out till like 2 or 3 a.m. at night with the boys. That's a little bit late to come home at night. I was adjusting. I wasn't used to being married. You know, she was used to that before we got married, but I think she thought that was going to change pretty much immediately after we got married. And it took me a little bit longer because I'm a little slow to figure out that that's probably not the greatest respectful thing to do. So I figured out Captain Bega money. So I figured out pretty quickly that that wasn't the best way to go about things. And as the streams prove, I don't need to be out. I can start a stream at 8 or 9, stream till midnight, go home, and that's just as good as a stream is starting at 10 and staying out till 2 or 3, you know? I don't need to be a wild man, go out and party every weekend with my mates till 2 or 3 a.m. The other big thing a lot of dudes like to talk about is jealousy and controlling on the Vietnamese female side to the man. There is a bit of that. I can agree. Do I think it's a general consensus among all women in Vietnam? No. Just as I would say it's not a general consensus in all women in the world. So it's up to you, and it's up to the woman and how much you feed into that. So Of course, there was a little instability with trust and stuff like this because as she knew my streams before we got married. I would go out, I'd go to lady bars. We'd talk with the ladies at the lady bars till 2 or 3 a.m. I mean, that was it. That's all what was happening. But would you like that if you were married to some dude doing that? No, you got to show a little bit of respect. So it was a learn as you go type deal. And now we've got things down to a science, you know. I don't come home drunk at all. If I go out with my mates, I tell everybody, look, I'm going to go home at like midnight, 12:30 at the latest. I got to get up. I got to work out. I got to keep my mind and body right. Plus, if I get drunk now when I'm almost 40, I'm hungover for the whole rest of the day, and there's no joy to that for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not get smashed and go home. And then the other thing, getting smashed late, you start to make poor decisions and do dumb shit, as we've seen me do on streams before. Have I ever crossed the line? No, but like, have I done questionable things? Of course, man. I think anybody has when they're drunk. I like how like people want to act like they're super perfect and never done anything questionable when they've been drinking. So that's all good. You know, as far as her family goes, you know, we see the family, and I draw a line with things. You know, her family's great. Everybody in her family's really great. Only with Dad, when he gets drunk, does he start like, you know, saying some stupid shit when he gets really drunk. But then I recognize that's time to go home. You know, it's time to finish the day. We're done. We've hung out. You know, I don't need to hear Dad's recommendations on having a kid or buying this and buying that and doing this and doing that. And neither does my wife, because of course she's going to tend to listen to what her family says. So, and thankfully it's only her dad when he's really kind of intoxicated that gives pretty solidly bad advice. So there's no one breathing in my wife's ear telling her to do like certain things. No friends, nothing like this. So, and you know, the best thing you can ever do if you're in a relationship with a woman, or if you're a woman in a relationship with a guy, is don't tell people that super are close to you too much about like what's going on when things are negative, because all that person will do, say you tell your mom shit's bad, you know, she's going to use that as a weapon and weaponize it in future things. That's what parents do. So there's a certain degree of information you can tell when things aren't as great as they are, and you know, we've had our ups and downs. So far in the past 6 months, we've been on a complete up. Everything's been really good. I've talked about it on the streams before. We got a dog. Our dog's tremendous. I think it really helped us to come even closer. I probably like the dog even more than she does. I'm at home during the day, so I spend probably a bit more time with the dog. Winnie is back in college to get a master's degree. So, you know, she's busy a lot, so I take care of everything. I'm a house dad, pretty much. I take care of the dog, I clean the house, I do the laundry, I clean everything. You know, I cook the food, I do everything. Winnie's got to work full time and then go to school. She's got a busy schedule. Her job takes up a lot of her time. So I have no problem doing that stuff. Plus, I've always been like that. I'm a clean freak. I like to clean. I like things clean. I like to clean things in my way. Sugar baby, sugar daddy. Sugar baby, sugar daddy. Sugar daddy probably bought her that iPhone 14. Nothing wrong with that. We've had that conversation. But I don't get any pressure from my actual wife to have children or buy some property or do things like this. It seems a lot of guys here have that problem of where their wife eventually asks for things. My wife also doesn't want to move to America for 2 years and get a green card, which if she did, we would have a potential problem. Oh, don't worry about it, dude. The light was red, he ran it, by the way. I love how they honk at you. They're like, you know you should stop. No, that's not how it works when you run a red light, bro. I've got the green. I'm a pedestrian. You yield. Again, these are things that are not taught in Vietnam driving though, so acquiring a license is pretty much applying it. A lot of things are that way here. So she has no desire to live in America and get a green card. You know, I don't have any desire to live in America, and I never set any expectations that, hey, we're going to live in America. So this doesn't really come up for conversation. I mean, if in some point we do happen to go back to America and I'm going to stay there and we agree to go long term, sure, I would get her a green card, of course. I have no problem with that. But as of now, for the next 5 years, I have no desire to go live in America. It's a complete shit show to me. I know a lot of Americans watch my channel. I love you guys. I love America. But as far as living in an area I would want to live in America, it costs way too much. And I'd have to do some kind of normie job, which I'm not going to do. I mean, pretty much I work a normie job as a YouTuber because I work so frequently every day. You know, I'm on hour 4 tonight of shooting videos. And the way videos get conceptualized is I try to think of one at home. One video. So the one video I thought of today at home was party like a rock star without getting ripped off. And then off that, once I start talking dialogue, other ideas come into my mind. So that's how this video came into mind. And then the video we shot before this, Things I Don't Like About Saigon, Vietnam, also came into mind. For the most part, I don't find that Vietnamese women are more jealous or more controlling than any other woman in the world. If you've been a guy that's dated women all over and had many different girlfriends, such as I have, these are things that just come with the turf. It's the same with a girl with a dude. There's some dudes that are jealous, some dudes that are controlling, some dudes that aren't. There's no going, oh, Vietnamese girls are the worst, or blah, blah, blah is the worst, blah, blah, blah is the worst. Like, you know, it's so sloppy to generalize that all Vietnamese women are super jealous and controlling. If you give them a reason to be controlling and jealous, then you'll usually get it. If you give them a reason not to be, then you won't get it. It's what you output, and that's what you receive back, which is a lot in the universe. You treat someone right, they're going to treat you back right. These things aren't difficult concepts to understand. You know, I think a lot of people that fail in relationships over and over again are constantly blaming the other person, and they're not taking a look at themselves and seeing that they're probably repeating some kind of stupid pattern or behavior, and they think they're some kind of actual top G when they're not. They're probably a bottom G, which, you know, they're going to continuously have that problem. I have a buddy that lived here for, not even a buddy anymore, he's a total troll himself. He lived here for a year and a half, and all he would do is complain about how chicks wanted him to buy him stuff, all this stuff. He couldn't find a good chick, and he would ask for advice, and we would all give him advice, and he would never take the advice, and then he would continuously complain about the same shit. We would all just be like, we all got over it. We're like, whatever, dude. We're not giving you advice. We don't want to hear you talk about this shit anymore. And a lot of us just started ignoring the dude. I actually deleted him off my Zalo and everything. I'm like, I don't even want to hear from this dude anymore. He's in another Asian country now, making the same mistakes over again. And we'll probably run away from that country once things go bad again for him, like the 80th time in his row. So if he's not willing to change himself, there's no one that can help that. And I do not believe someone's set in their ways for life. I really, really don't. I was a pretty hardy party animal guy for many, many years, 10, 20 years. And I've successfully been out of that like hardcore party loop for 2 months now with no problem. And I have no desire to go back. I'm telling you, if I go out with like a subscriber or a friend that's here in town, as midnight roll by, I'm like, dude, I'm tired. I want to go home. You can stay here. You can have fun. But I'm out, dude. I'm going home. I got a great wife at home, a fantastic dog, a tremendous apartment. I'm going to go there. Like, we had fun going out for a few hours tonight, but I'm good at that. Now, when I travel, I do like to be out later. Like, in Korea, I like being out till like 2 or 3 a.m. every day. But I wasn't really partying in Korea. You know, we partied the first 3 days. And then when I lost my phone, which we're never getting back, but a very, very kind subscriber paid for a new Fold 4. So I have bought the new Fold 4. I take delivery on it tomorrow or the next day. So if you're watching this video who donated the very generous amount for my foolish choice of losing the phone, Charlie. If you are watching this video, man, thank you. We took the money. I paid off the old phone with it. I had some few extra other dollars from YouTube this month. So I was able to pay off the original Fold 4, and now we're gonna buy the new one. So, tremendous, already ordered. You're a rock star. You know, that's what's great about my community is people help when I need help. I don't necessarily ask for it, but I put it out in the universe. And I think if you think something and you need it, usually the universe comes back and helps. And I provide so much content and videos for people. It's really on another scale. Find me any other YouTuber in Vietnam that puts out 14 videos a week. And I think next week we might start doing 20 videos a week. So occasional days we'll drop 3 videos a day. The channel is doing tremendous again. We're having one of the best months in the last 6 months this month that just closed. So I'm happy with everything. I'm happy with my wife. I'm glad I still married her 2 years later on. I've known her for 3 years now. It's been a tremendous relationship. Of course, there's ups and downs, but our ups way more outweigh our downs. And our trust of one another is tremendous. And, you know, we just have a great relationship. What's up, dude?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, man. So, this catwalk has, like, really old ladies. I don't know if that's on purpose, but you never see anybody go in there. I kind of like that they got rid of the... I'm glad they got rid of the sex massage on this street. It's cleaned it up quite a bit. I can comfortably walk down it without 15 chicks trying to drag me into a place, which is not very awesome. Unless you're some super drunk dude, I don't find that a good marketing skill at all to try to take like 5 chicks and drag you into a massage place. Look, dude, if a dude wants to go do that, he knows where to go and he's gonna go do that. He doesn't need a chick to drag him in. That's why their success rate is pretty low on that dragon thing, as we saw when I used to live stream at Pastor Bar. Which I could live stream there, but I choose not to. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's been tremendous. Now I see some guys that, like, no offense to you if you're watching this video, I am not specifically talking about any one guy, but there are dudes that absolutely put their wife, their Vietnamese wife, on a crazy pedestal here and talk about how she is the greatest thing since absolute sliced bread. They spend every second of every day together, yada, yada, yada. I am not that guy. I'm not perfect. My wife's not perfect. There's ups and downs. I like spending time with her. Would I want to spend 12 hours, 7 days a week with her? I don't know. I don't think there's anybody I would. And I've never been that way. I get it that some dudes are all about that. Let's go to the gym together. Let's do everything together. Shit with the door open. No, I'm not that guy. Ooh. Looks like a bar girl. So, I think what we have is something special. I think it'll go a very, very long run distance. We usually do things together. We plan out things together. You know, everything's a conceptualized idea between the two of us. She helps me with ideas for YouTube videos. I help her with things for her work. You know, it's a reciprocating relationship. We still got great love for each other. The demand is there each day. I'm happy to see her happy each day. She's happy to see me happy. We like to go out on date nights. You know, usually once a week we'll go out to dinner. Once every couple weeks, if a new movie's out, on top of dinner we'll have a movie night. She doesn't really like to drink or go out to bars, so I understand that. She gets that I kind of do a little bit. Granted, I don't go crazy now, but she gives me my space. As long as I'm not home at 2 or 3 a.m., she's totally fine, man. If I get home by midnight, 12:30, it's all good. Bad shit, men do bad shit from 2 a.m. on. And you guys all know what I'm saying that's watching this, so that's the videos. If you guys have anything to add about your wife or your relationship in Vietnam, please do so in the comment section. Let's get a conversation going. I am not shit talking any particular person. Your relationship is your relationship. My relationship is my relationship. Each person and each couple is different. So stay frosty. Join the Patreon if you want to see additional content, early access to videos, how to be a YouTuber classes, and if you want a private tour when you're in Saigon, the only place you'll be able to do that with me is on Patreon. So thanks for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Peace out.